Hello everyone, welcome back to the chemistry class. In the last lecture, we have studied about law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportion and about Dalton's theory. In this lecture, we will study about atom, molecules and ions, and we will talk about atomic mass. Starting with atom, you know atom is the structural unit of any element. Inside atom, if you see the structure of atom, what you have is in the center part, you have protons and neutrons, and electrons, they are revolving around this nucleus. So the center part is known as nucleus, consisting of proton and neutron, and electron revolving around. So this is your atom. Depending on different elements, you have different number of electrons, protons and neutrons, and it is this difference in the electrons and protons that give you so many type of elements. Okay, about this we will talk more in next chapter. Now here, size of one single atom, it is around 10 power of minus 10 meter. You can see it is even smaller than 1 nanometer, which is 10 power of minus 9 meter. Now, what will be the mass of one single atom? Now, to find mass of one single atom, nowadays we have very good sophisticated techniques. Like we have mass spectroscopy, by using that you can find. But earlier in 19th century, in early of 19th century, they were not having any technique to find masses of this so many elements. So what they have done, initially what they have done is, they took hydrogen as a reference. Okay, and they considered hydrogen is having mass of 1, and then accordingly they say, okay, carbon is 12 gram or 12 times heavier than hydrogen. Oxygen 16 times heavier than hydrogen, like that. But they faced some problem, and then after that they took oxygen as their standard, and then according to oxygen they have made this atomic mass or found out atomic mass of each and every element. But then still there was some problem between chemists and physicists. They found it difficult to do everything with taking this oxygen as a reference material. So then in 1961, finally, they took carbon as their reference material. Okay, the reference for all to find atomic mass of all elements. Atomic mass is mass of single atom. Okay. So, they define the term one atomic mass unit. One atomic mass unit. So, what is one atomic mass unit? The abbreviation is 1 AMU. Mass unit equal to 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. So, each and every element, its mass is compared according to this atomic mass unit. Okay, so if I am writing hydrogen is having 1 AMU mass, 1 atomic mass unit, that means it is having 1 by 12th of mass of one carbon atom. If I am saying oxygen having 16 AMU mass, that means it is having mass of 16 by 12th of carbon atom. So now carbon 12, this is the one which is found in nature and evidence. So this is now the reference, and accordingly all elements atomic mass is defined. Now coming to molecules. Now what are molecules? So molecules are when two or more atoms, they combine together, they form molecules. Now molecules, it can be of element or compound. So very few atoms, they exist in nature independently. Okay, freely as a single atom. That means, for example, like helium, argon, krypton, there are few examples that can exist in nature. There are some more that can exist in nature freely as a single atom. That means symbol of helium is He. It can exist like this. One single atom can exist. Similarly, argon can exist. But if I talk about hydrogen, H, this is a single atom of hydrogen. It cannot exist as such in nature. They form bonding to get stabilized. So hydrogen, it will exist as H2. So, two atoms of hydrogen. This is the stable state. Okay, so it will not exist as single atom, it will exist as a molecule. So here you have two atoms of hydrogen. So this is one molecule of hydrogen. Okay. Similarly, oxygen, it will not exist as such, as O, single atom. It will exist in nature as O2, two atoms of oxygen, diatomic. So this is one molecule of oxygen. Two atoms of oxygen, that is equivalent to one molecule of oxygen. This is the way they exist in nature. Okay, so this is about elements. Now compounds. Now compounds where two or more different type of atoms they combine to form substance. Now let's say example CO2. Here you have two oxygen atom, one carbon atom. So they are combining to form one molecule of CO2. Okay, here you have two atom of oxygen, that is equivalent to one molecule of oxygen. If you have three molecules, become ozone. Here one atom of carbon, two atom of oxygen, it is equivalent to one molecule of carbon dioxide. Ammonia, let's say NH3. Here one atom of nitrogen, this subscript is for hydrogen, and three atom of hydrogen they combine to form ammonia. So this is your one molecule of ammonia. Or if I write 2 here, this is two molecule of ammonia. This 2 is for this. So molecule, it may be of element or compound. Now there is one more thing, ion. Ion means if atom or a group of atoms, they have charged species, or they are charged either positively or negatively. When they have some next charge, positive or negative, that means that group of atoms or that atom is your ion. For example, if I say sodium chloride, formula of sodium chloride is NaCl. If I see each constituent element of the sodium chloride, then this Na is positive here and this Cl is negative here. When they combine, they give you this NaCl, no net charge, but constituent if I see, it is positive ion, this is your negative ion. Okay, cation and anion. Similarly, in table 3.6 given in your book, you can see many other examples of ion. One more for oxygen you have. For oxygen you have like this. Oxygen is having net charge of 2 minus. This is charged species. So when you have some net charge on either a group of atoms or atoms, then it is known as ion. So far we have studied about atom, size of atom, atomic mass, that is mass of single atom, one atomic mass unit, that is 1 AMU, then about molecules of elements and compounds, and ions. This was for today. Thank you.